Hi everyone, this is 20 Cent. Since I posted this water cooling beadlock video a few weeks ago, I got a few questions about how I managed to sync my Corsair fans to my motherboard. Because as you can see, they don't just have the default rainbow mode that comes with the built-in remote. I mean, you can do it by buying some stuff from Corsair, but I did a mod to my computer, which is a huge cost-saving mod, which wasn't over at the time of shooting my water cooling beadlock video, but now I have received everything that's necessary to end it. So today I'm going to show you how to perform it and to be able to configure very beautiful lighting modes with your Corsair fans for a very few amounts of money. So when I initially built my gaming rig, it was my first homemade PC featuring a glass panel, and I thought it would be very cool to feature some nice RGB inside of it. I browsed the web and chose some known as being efficient components with featuring nice RGB and ordered them. And what I thought is I would just have to plug them all inside my PC on my motherboard and I would be good to go and color synced, and no, that was a dream. I was very far from the market truth. So when receiving, I figured out those some components come with a convenient classic RGB cable that you just have to plug in and let's go. But for some of the ones you just get some kind of controller, a hub, a remote, and you can just do whatever you want with the RGB. Or you can buy expensive RGB hubs from other brands, and sometimes some components can't even be controlled from RGB, such as my initial all-in-one water cooling for the CPU, which had a static rainbow lighting, which I couldn't even change. So I solved this last problem by switching to a full water cooling loop with all digital and classic RGB. As you can see here, the blocks are now the same color as the rest of the computer, but it wasn't that easy for my Corsair fans. So to sum up, when you buy a Corsair fan pack, you get a Corsair RGB hub. If you did not buy a pack, then you can buy the hub separately for almost 20 euros. As always, I will be giving the links to the products inside the video description, which is also a great way to support the channel. And then each fan has two cables, one for power and speed control and one for RGB control, which you can plug directly inside the RGB hub. But the hub itself is almost useless because it only will display a default lighting mode. However, there's a wired remote inside the pack as well, which has 3 buttons: mode, speed and color, and it will allow you to switch between basic color modes. I mean, I'm not able to show it to you anymore because I switched and I modded the cables, and I really don't like those default modes, but that's still a bit better because now you can control the colors with that remote. But you're still not able to sync the color with your fans, your hub and your motherboard RGB components, so it's not going to be very great looking. But wait, that's not over. Corsair has a solution. You can buy from them a Corsair Lightning Node Pro with 2 inputs and a Commander Pro, which feature a few more inputs and will allow you to sync the Corsair Lightning with your PC. But there are still a few more problems to me with those products. One, at the time of shooting, the Lightning Node Pro is 55 euros and the Commander Pro is 67 euros. It's a huge extra cost just for color syncing, especially when considering that 2, you can't still just connect those hubs to the motherboard RGB header and sync it with the other RGB components of your PC. You will only be able to connect them to a USB header inside your PC and use only Corsair software to choose the color mode, which means that if you have some time, you can just do similar mods than your motherboard mods to have similar color schemes on both softwares. Cross your fingers and hope that everything is going to look great. But I mean, that's a huge price for such a low gain. Or you can do just like me. I did some deep research and found some guy who asked just like yourself, LED strips are just serial LEDs, they are standard. What the hell should I have to do and buy all this? And I mean, this guy already exists. He actually exists. I ended up landing on Corsair official forums on a topic called "Got my Corsair fans working with my motherboard?" And the guy explains how he managed to do this, and I will never be thankful enough to this dude. Thanks, man. Really. So I jumped into it, and the idea is just to keep powering the hub with the embedded SATA cable and then mod the remote, the provided remote cable in order to be able to plug it directly inside your case on the motherboard, which is what it basically did. Except that I just used a standard wire connector, a standard gross wire connector for testing purpose, and I just received those electronic soldering protective sheets, which I am going to install now. So first of all, please don't judge my cable management in this machine, because I didn't do it yet after the water cooling video, and the back panel is metal panel, so I don't see it, so I'm not in a hurry right now to do it. Maybe I will never do, who knows. So as you can see here, this is the RGB hub, and this is the SATA cable, which is still connected. And this is where the remote is supposed to be plugged in. I just cut the remote wire and connected it to a standard digital RGB cable like this one, which I bought for another purpose. You can get it from Aliexpress for approximately €2, so this is very cheap mode. I'm going to put the links in the description for the cable. And to do the soldering, these are soldering protective sheets, which are very easy to use. Basically, you just have to insert the cable inside, solder in the middle, and voila, you're good to go. Because when applying heat to this, the plastic will stretching and protect the cable. These are adhesives, so it won't move at all. This is what I did here on the first cable, but I was waiting for you to do the other one. And basically now I'm going to be able to get rid of this awful wire connector. I'm going to do the soldering work, and then we're going to go back inside the software and see what we have. Okay, now the cable is inside. I'm just going to apply heat to make the whole thing work. I can see that the metal is melting inside right now. Now the glue. Okay, I think we're done. We just have to let it cool down and plug the PC and see how it's going. So as you can see, the fans are running all orange now, like the RAM, like the CPU block and all, because the software has not started yet. Now I'm going to start my session and see what happens. It's magic, isn't it? It is. It is. Okay, so now let's go to the software. What you can see here is all my controllers. This is the IO sheet heatsink. This is the LED controller 1, which controls non-addressable RGB, such as the reservoir, the RAM, the LED strip. I'm going to change it now to, let's say, pulse. As you can see now, all the components are pulsing together. I can change the color here. Okay, now I'm going to put it back to color cycle mode. This is the GPU, and this is where it starts going cool. This is digital LED. This is where the fans and the CPU blocks are synchronized now. As you may see in a few seconds, this is not perfect. This first may void the warranty for the RGB hub, and this has flaws when configuring, which I'm solving month after month, but I mean the color cycle mode suits me very well, so I don't mind staying on that mode. But if you want to do some deep configuration, this is not something that I would recommend. However, as you can see here, you can change the mode. So digital A looks like this. I'm going to put a cooler color like yellow. Okay, this is digital B. See many things, and I don't know them, I didn't try them all yet. The front fans are reacting as well. So this is very cool. I mean, I'm not going to do deep configuration because all I was interested in was digital wave in order to have the fans synchronized with the heatsink and the CPU block and the GPU backplate. So I'm going to stay right here like it is. And I mean, that's it. It's been less than €3 or €4, and now I'm able to sync my colors with my motherboard. So even if it's not perfect, if it's something that you're looking to do, I'm totally recommending it. So thanks for watching the video. I hope it was useful to you, because it was to me learning all this. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments if you have similar experience with your components. And finally, again, if you consider buying anything that was featured in the video, I mean the cable, the sleeves, please consider using the links in the video description. It is going to be a great support for the channel and help me provide you new content in the future. Until then, I'm going to bring this back to my desk and enjoy my rainbows.